Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Glass Seats. This is Viddy.
And my name is Mrinal. And in this episode, as we get to the dog days of the season, we're right before Christmas time here. We have to talk about some teams that have just not met expectations.
Yeah.
Two teams we wanted to cover, the Detroit Red Wings and the Chicago Blackhawks. Let's start out in Detroit.
Yeah.
Stevie Y, the Yzer plan, seems to not be going well.
Yeah.
You know, a few more moves made this season, an overhaul of the goalies. Patrick Kane, long-term signed. Well, not super long-term.
Not super long, but yeah.
But like multiple years signed. Tarasenko brought in. Just hasn't been that great.
Yeah. It just, I don't know. They were they were in a playoff spot if Philly didn't mess that whole empty net thing in Washington against Washington the last game up. But, yeah, I thought this was going to be I thought they were going to command a playoff spot, right? We always talk about Ottawa and Buffalo and Detroit. Which one is going to be the first of the three? Yeah. We thought Detroit had this shit on lock, but
the answer is none of them.
None of that. It's an enigma I just cannot understand.
Year after year, we're like, one of these three teams has to take a step. And then year after year, none of them do it.
But that's what I'm saying. Detroit got so close last year, and they just decided not to do anything.
And
with
you would think
year.
adding Tarasenko would fix that.
Yeah.
But Tarasenko has been disappointing.
Yeah. DeBrincat, he started off pretty good, his tenure in Detroit, and now he's just not doing. I literally had to Google him just before we started this episode because I was like, was he injured? No, he just has not been producing the way he should be.
And that they have that core of Lucas Raymond, Dylan Larkin, and Maurice Seider.
Those three have been good.
Yeah.
They've been decent.
That's something to build on.
Yeah.
But the supporting cast just has not been there.
Yeah. And it's tough. It's one thing to even just make the playoffs. If even if they did squeak in it, just barely, are they even going to make any, are they going to do any damage, right?
Yeah.
It's just, it's not looking
even if they
very
make
promising.
it, yeah. They're what, in the Atlantic? So that means they're going to play Boston, Toronto, or Tampa.
Yeah.
And I don't expect them to win.
No, it's going to be a curb stomping. And I know a lot of Detroit fans are kind of calling for, what's that?
Or Florida. I just forgot about
or Florida.
Reigning Cup champ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be brutal. That would either be a complete lopsided sweep, or it would just be, I don't know.
That's the thing, right? If you want to make the playoffs, you have to unthrone one of those four teams.
Right.
Tampa, Toronto, Boston, or Florida.
Right.
And you are not at their level.
No.
Right.
Even if you squeak in, unless some crazy Columbus, Tampa 2019 type of stuff happens, right?
Yeah.
But the point I was making is a lot of Detroit fans are not happy with Lalonde, just not happy with the way the whole coaching thing is. I feel like he is for sure on the hot seat. Maybe the system just doesn't benefit these players. But same coach as last year, you were pretty close. And Jim Montgomery was available. I don't know why you didn't do anything, but it's just, again, maybe it's management, maybe it's a coach, maybe it's a combination, but it's just not working.
I mean, Jay Woodcroft is still available.
I guess that too. Todd McClellan.
There's a lot of names. There's names if you want to coach.
Yeah,
but
why are they continuing to go with him? It's just I don't know.
Detroit does this, right? They make a splash in the offseason, then they just don't touch it the whole year.
Yeah,
you can make changes during the year, guys.
Adjust. Don't be.
We just talked about Colorado just ripping out their goalie tandem in the middle of the year.
Yeah. When things are broken, you gotta fix it, right? And speaking of offseason, that Jake Wallman trade is looking brutal, right?
Looking great for San Jose.
Well, yeah, okay. But for Detroit, it's looking bad because all it was future considerations or a pick or something.
Yeah, nothing of value.
Yeah, and Jake Wallman is absolutely crushing it on a not good San Jose team right now.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Do you think Stevie Y is on the hot seat? I think that's the bigger question.
You know what? I saw an interesting theory about this on Reddit the other day, and he should be. Mm-hmm. In theory, he should be on the hot seat, but they're not because it's Stevie Y, and it's the name Stevie Y, right? He's such a legendary guy for the Red Wings. He left their division rival in Tampa. He built this amazing team there, but he left them to come home and build this amazing team in Detroit. And he hasn't met expectations.
Yeah.
He just hasn't. And nobody wants, it's the elephant in the room that nobody's calling out.
Yeah.
Nobody in Detroit is calling out.
If his name was Bob McObb, he'd be fired.
Yeah. It's just, yeah. Is that a real player?
No, I just made up a name.
Yeah, there you go. See?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's some fucking nobody. Yeah, you would have been canned. So don't get me wrong. Stevie Y is always will be a legend in Detroit, but he has not done the job that everyone expected him to do in Detroit. And it is. I don't know if it's time to panic, but it's a little concerning.
Yeah,
as a fan,
I think you get one more season.
Yeah, and at that point, you might have to you might have to Leafs it. You might have to just overhaul everything, right? Like start fresh and just fire the scouts. But then
we're talking about like trading Larkin. We're talking about trading DeBrincat.
It's not working though.
Yeah,
just getting close is not. Again, we talked about like Florida teams dismantling them and Boston probably doing the same. And it's just, you know what I mean? It's just not gonna. I don't know. You got to fix something here.
Yeah,
you got to try something. So, yeah.
What about Chicago? Just firing head coach Luke Richardson.
Yeah.
It's not like they had great expectations on them.
Right. But
they failed to meet even bad expectations.
That's the point. It is. I'm sure a lot of people are like, really, Chicago? You're going to rip on a rebuilding team? And I'm like, yes, because they again with the same thing with Anaheim, they should be a little bit further along in this rebuild. No,
I mean Anaheim is a whole other level, but
yeah,
they should be. They shouldn't be lethargic,
right?
And they are.
Yeah,
they shouldn't be unwatchable, and they are.
Actually, I saw a funny clip. I mean, not meant to be funny. It's kind of angering if you're a Blackhawks fan, but this was when they were trying to get like an empty net goal. And Bedard just makes these absolutely sick dekes, like 2 in a row, to get through the neutral zone and into the offensive zone.
Yeah.
Hands it off to Bertuzzi, and Bertuzzi sends it down the wall, and the player just doesn't pick it up.
Yeah.
they just iced the game and like sending it into the empty net, like the opposing team. Yeah. I don't remember who it's against, and I'm like, that is Chicago Blackhawks hockey. Bedard just working his ass off and just getting no help at all. So Bedard is the team. Let's be real here.
I just pulled up their stats.
Sure.
Do you have it up already?
No, I don't.
Okay, don't look at it.
Okay, all right.
Can you tell me who the second highest scoring player on Chicago is? So Bedard's first.
Yeah.
Who's second?
Is it like Foligno?
No.
Foligno. I don't know why I said Foligno. It's not Foligno. Jones?
Nope. I'll give you one more guess.
Oh my God. This is depressing. Bertuzzi?
Nope. It's Ryan Donato.
No way. That's
Connor Bedard has 24 points. Ryan Donato has 16.
You know what? Good for Donato. Like I don't want to take away from his effort, but that's the problem, right? Yeah. Donato was an AHL guy for the Sharks for a long time too.
Third is defenseman Alex Vlasic.
Oh my God.
And fourth is Bertuzzi.
Yeah. Jeez,
it's bad.
It's like you got no supporting cast. Like what Taylor Hall is on that team, right?
He still is. Yep, he's fifth.
Yeah, MVP winning Taylor Hall from 2018. Sure, 2018 was a while ago, but like, damn, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just Connor Bedard cannot carry this team alone. It's just it feels like McDavid on the Oilers.
Look at some of these names. You have Patrick Maroon. You have Ilya Mikheyev.
Mm-hmm.
You have Andreas Athanasiou.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Reunion with Chicago, and he's
like Chicago really went into this we need vets mindset to help the young people grow, but now you only have Bedard.
Yeah,
like you don't have room for your other prospects with all these vets around.
Would you say this is an issue of age then? Like they went too hard on the veteran presence thing? Or?
I think so. I mean, a lot of these players are past their prime, right?
Of course, yes.
But like you have to give the young people some room.
Guidance, yeah.
Right? Like guidance, yes. So you need a few vets. But what happens is you fill the roster with vets, so there's no place for the
youth
to play, right?
Yeah.
Like you need a mix.
Right.
So I don't think the mix is right here.
Yeah. I guess because it's the easiest comparable to pull from. San Jose's got a lot of young guys coming in, even down the pipe or up the pipeline with like Colin Graff and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Quinn Musty, whoever else. Big, deep prospect pool, but like some of those guys are also like in the NHL now. Like other than Celebrini, you got Smith, you got Jack Thompson,
Eklund,
a lot of Zetterlund, a lot of young guys coming in all at the same time.
And the Sharks have done is they brought in their offense. They haven't brought in the defense.
Yeah, the defense is horrible still.
Yeah,
but the offense looks eons better, right? So, it's a little too old of a roster maybe for Chicago. And I did see all these acquisitions in the offseason. I was like, that's good. They're getting some veteran presence, but is it not still Bedard?
Yeah, I think they went a little ham on the veteran presence.
Yeah, it might be time to like reel it back a little bit. Again, we're not NHL GMs.
What's the point of Bedard if no one can keep up with him?
Yeah, and again, that's why I said it feels like Edmonton and McDavid his first few years. There was no, sure, they had like Nuge and stuff, Draisaitl, but those guys were still developing, right? Yeah. Like they were not,
and it's not till now that Edmonton's the juggernaut they are.
Yeah, I mean they did okay. They made a couple playoff appearances, but they weren't like doing damage. So to say.
They were second round exits?
Yeah, at best. Yeah. So yeah, sure. Second round exit is better than what Chicago is doing right now.
Yeah, but if you have a player like Bedard or McDavid,
you got to capitalize. Yeah,
you want a cup,
right? Exactly. Yeah, you want to like get as.
And Edmonton still hasn't gotten it, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 2 goals away from a Stanley Cup, but yeah. Either way, what's that?
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, heartbreaking. But yeah, Chicago is this rebuild so far has not been. It's not been young enough because I can't think of a better adjective.
Yeah.
So there needs to be some sort of adjustment made there, and will they? Or are they going to wait till the trade deadline? Are they going to kind of re-blow it up in the offseason? Who knows? I have no idea, but
yeah, I mean. I think they're just hoping to get another pick this year, and then they'll see
just another tank. Basically,
I think they're just going to sail. Like at this point, there's no point making a desperation move in December.
No,
right? You're going to sail through the season and then see what it is.
Yeah, it might be a couple long seasons in Chicago if I have to predict. Honestly, I don't think for some reason I just don't feel like this team is competing anytime soon.
We'll have to see.
Yeah,
but Chicago, it's time to start moving your britches.
Yeah, and Detroit. It's time to rip the Band-Aid off. Things are not working there, man.
All right, let us know your thoughts on some of these teams in the NHL below. If there's other teams that are just kind of disappointing, put it in the comments. Let's talk about it. If you like this episode, drop a like on it. Hit subscribe if you want more Glass Seats. Got multiple episodes out every week. See you there.
Peace.